The Bible says God has a plan and a purpose for your life. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. What can we do to make sure those plans become the map of our lives, revealing the path that will give us this hope and this future? Let's find out. One of the most familiar passages for finding and following God's path for your life is found in Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. Now, this is the first in a series of videos that will study this famous passage from Proverbs. In this series, we'll see what the Bible says about trusting God with our lives, about seeking Him in our decisions, and following Him on the path for which He created us. Now, if you like this video, please click that like button. This encourages YouTube to share the video with others. Also, click the subscribe button to follow Bold Worship, and the bell so you're notified when we release new videos. In trying to understand how to live out my own Christian life, I've often turned to this passage. The language is simple and clear, but the instruction contained in it is deep and challenging. Let's look at it again. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. Now, this passage contains 3 precepts or instructions for us to follow. Trust the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. And following the 3 precepts, we have this promise, and He shall direct your paths. Now, in this series, we'll look at each of these 3 instructions and discover what God is saying to us. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Our relationship with God begins when we trust Him to save us. And that trusting doesn't end or lessen once we are saved. It is only the beginning. Lean not on your own understanding. As humans, it's natural for us to make our life choices by learning all we can, thinking about our options, and then making the best decision we can. So what is God saying when He tells us to not lean on our own understanding? We'll look at that. Acknowledge Him in all our ways. This is the process of making Him Lord of every part of our lives and submitting to His Lordship. It's a form of worship and the foundation that makes our lives secure. Finally, we'll look at that promise, and He will direct your paths. What does a life lived on God's path look like? Is it the best possible life? Living out these 3 instructions is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong process of learning about ourselves and about God. It's definitely a journey, not a destination. It's a path we'll travel along our entire lives. In the next video, we'll find out what it means to trust the Lord with all your heart. See you there.